Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, welcome. Let's look at some forecast for pound yen, British pound yen, um, Bitcoin, and gold. Okay, looking at British pound, Japanese yen, I'm looking at buy setup because yesterday we had the Bank of Japan interest rate, and the interest rate was favorable for on every other currency except the Japanese yen, because as you could see, pound rallied impulsively against the Japanese yen. But that doesn't mean that there was no favorable part for the Japanese yen, because it appreciated in value for the bonds. Okay, the bonds appreciated in value, their stocks and some other financial measuring tools appreciated. So, but for the currency, the policy was left the way it was, a relaxed fashion. I don't want to go much into the fundamentals so that it doesn't look complicated. The simple form here is, if you look at the technical, British pound Japanese yen rally to the upside, showing the hand that is interested to do what? Go up. So what I did yesterday was I tried to know what was I going to do or trade for yesterday. Dropping down to the 1 hour time frame, I saw a counter trend sell setup, which was very beautiful. Took it, hit my TP before price did some retracement and eventually dropped lower. So right now, what is feasible is that the trade that was on the 4 hours, 1 hour, the 1 hour being the precision time frame or the entry time frame, the 4 hour being the overall trading time frame. So the trading time frame, we were looking for buys. The precision time frame was in counter trend what territory or sellers territory. So at the moment, what I'm looking for is price to continue the bullish rally. Okay, after doing what? Retracing. So if you look at it now, technically, you will see that price has just been making some bearish leg, and if you gauge the momentum of this bearish leg against the bullish leg, you see that the leg going up was impulsive while the leg coming down is corrective. So with that being said, what I'm looking at is to take buys, as you've seen here, in order to hit this price level 160.664 price level. Okay, so this is for the British pound Japanese yen. The next thing I'm looking for is so for British pound Japanese yen, I'm looking for buys. Okay, for gold did similar thing yesterday, in the sense where it was giving on the 4 hours time frame, we were in buyers territory. On the 1 hour time frame, although still on the 4 hours time frame, if sellers or counter trend sell setup was spotted, so this indicated a 4 hour 1 hour trade setup, whereby the 4 hours was in buyers territory, the 1 hour would now go into sellers time frame. Okay, so this is what I mean. I know this is a little bit advanced, but those who have been following will understand what I mean. So I took sell here in anticipation for price to dip, and it dipped exactly to the TP before rallying. Now I took the counter trend sell, anticipated the buy, and the buy played out perfectly. Now this is the issue. Most times taking this counter trend setup is not advisable until one has mastered going in the direction of the trend. After that has been mastered, one can now say, okay, let me try to squeeze more juice out of this orange. It's just like someone should not just go straight into trying to eat the fiber from an orange first of all, because the taste will not be as sweet as trying to secrete the juice from the orange itself. So one has to master the art of enjoying the juice from the orange before advancing to chewing the fiber in that orange. Okay, so taking the fiber implies this counter trend sell setup, and going with the direction of the trend is this buy setup, which both of them played beautifully. So this amassed two arrow, because coming down is one arrow, going up is another one arrow. With that being said, for gold is showing the same indication for a potential retest of the high, because this is the high we're looking at. This is where the potential buys gave us our TP. Now price is still holding above this demand level, so which implies that if this leg impulsively shows a strong interest in going up, we'll be anticipating price to retest the high. However, if it fails to bullishly breach this resistance, then we are anticipating it to come down. This will now result in a ranging market, where we are anticipating either price will bearishly breach, as in take out this low, or take out this high. Now, if price takes out this low, we are anticipating some trend continuation to the downside. If price breaks out this high, we are anticipating some trend continuation to the upside, which overall the upside looks more favorable, because on the daily, on the weekly, and even 4 hours, we are in buyer's territory. Okay, now I'm not going to go into is this overextended or that. There is nothing like overextended, because if price is going up, you don't want to say, oh, it has gone up too much, let me try to take sell. Imagine trying to take sell here, or trying to take sell here, that price has gone too high, let it retest. Or if it reaches here, you say, oh, price has hit resistance, let me retest. Or as it has come here, oh, let me retest. You don't know how deep this is going to go. But as you can see, we have to wait for price to tell us if it's going to continue down or it's going to continue upwards. So this is what I'm looking at for on gold. On gold, I'm in favor of buys, just like on British pound, Japanese yen. Now, the last but not the least is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is highly speculative, like I said, highly speculative. So, looking at it on the weekly time frame, I'm anticipating sweeter buys. If price comes above this price level here, taking going above all these encumbrances, I'll be anticipating sweeter buys going up. But with that being said, going down to the daily time frame, we'll notice that looking at it in hindsight, looking at this in hindsight, there was a sell position around here. Yeah, beautiful. Sell position around here. However, it failed to drop, and instead it took out this stop loss and rallied. Now, the issue with Bitcoin is that why I said it's highly speculative is that most times it tends to go against the technicals. It doesn't really obey the technicals to the teeth. You understand? Another way you look at it is you have to take Bitcoin and gold like common pairs, in the sense whereby most times I notice that gold and Bitcoin tend to correlate positively. So because they tend to correlate positively, it doesn't mean that all the time we have to assume that Bitcoin and gold must go in the same direction. But the common denominator between Bitcoin and gold is the word US dollar, whereby for gold you have the XAU slash US dollar. I'm just looking at it in terms of a currency, but in terms of a commodity, there is no slash like this. Then for Bitcoin, BTC slash US dollar. Now the denominator here is what? US dollar, which is the counter currency, while the base currency is this. So if US dollar is weak across board, that means that gold and Bitcoin will rally. But if US dollar is weak on gold but strong for the Bitcoin, that is where you notice a divergence, whereby gold will be rallying, Bitcoin will be dumping. So that in most situations like that, where there is divergence or negative correlation, it's not good to use gold as a yardstick to determine the direction of Bitcoin. I hope that is clear enough. Like I said, if you have any question, do well to ask. Okay, I'll entertain it and respond as soon as possible. So do well to subscribe, hit that notification button, comment and like. I'm anticipating more feedback from you, and watch it as much as possible so that you can secrete as much juice and fiber out of this content. Okay, remember, Pips Collector. Thank you, Baraka Bashad.